right, that was Love Songs by Claro, and welcome back to Dave's Faves, my first show in over a year. It's really nice to be back in the saddle. I saw last week that there was an opening slot from 9 to 10 a.m., and I was like, you know what, I'm not doing anything from 9 to 10 a.m. on Tuesdays, so why not bring Dave's Faves back? Yeah, we got a great show for you today. Mainly, like last 5 years, indie pop, mainly, primarily only female lead singers. We just heard Claro covering Love Songs by Margot Guryan. They just released a whole album with a bunch of great groups covering a lot of the Margot Guryan songs off of Take a Picture. And I love Claro. She just released Charm this summer. I saw her in concert a few weeks ago, and it's cool to see her releasing singles. She did that Love Songs cover, and she did Brooklyn Baby, a cover of a Lana Del Rey song. So it's really cool to see her releasing singles after the release of an album that I thought, is probably my favorite of hers thus far. But with Claro, all of her albums are my favorite. But yeah, so that was Love Songs by Claro. And coming up next, we got Cinderella by Remy Wolf off of her album Big Ideas. And we also have Doubt by Slow Pulp off of their 2023 album Yard. Two great groups. Remy Wolf, this is the first I listened to her. This album, Big Ideas, I listened to her for the first time this year. Pretty great, pretty funky. I think you guys will enjoy it. And Slow Pulp, just a great group. So I hope you guys enjoy these two songs. All right, that was Doubt by Slow Pulp and Cinderella by Remy Wolf. When I was doing, I was adding these songs to my show, getting ready for it, they classified Remy Wolf's album as like British R&B, which is a genre that I've never really heard before. Like, it's crazy. There's so many genres out there, and I kind of like just off the top of my head, I kind of just based this whole show in like an indie pop umbrella. But I feel like that name's just kind of gotten very convoluted over the years. But Slow Pulp is definitely like an indie rock group. I love their sound. I love just the very airy guitar, the vocal modulation. I think they just rock. But we got two more songs coming up for you, and then a short break. We've got Thinking About You by Faye Webster off of her album that came out this year, Underdressed at the Symphony, and Nobody by Mitski. Two fantastic songs by two fantastic artists. I love Faye Webster. Underdressed at the Symphony was kind of a disappointment for me overall, her album that came out this year. But Thinking About You, I think it's just a wonderful track. And then Nobody by Mitski, probably her most popular tune. It was really big on TikTok when it came out back in 2018 off of her album Be the Cowboy. But yeah, two wonderful artists and two wonderful songs. So we got these two songs and then our first short break. So I'll see you guys after these tunes and after this break. Welcome back to Dave's Faves. That was our first short break. Hope you guys enjoyed Thinking About You by Faye Webster and Nobody by Mitski. I really like Mitski. I listened to her 2023 album, The Land It's in Hospitable, and So Are We. That one really blew up. My Love Is Mine, All Mine was a huge song from that project. She just really makes some fantastic music. But we got two more songs for you guys coming up right now. We got The Perfect Pair by Biba Doobie off of her 2022 album Beatopia. And we have After Midnight by Chapel Roan off of her 2023 album The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. Chapel Roan has really been a dynamo of popularity over the last few months. It's been really cool to see. I think she makes really great music, and it's cool to see her and like Sabrina Carpenter, and I'd probably throw Olivia Rodrigo in there, have three very different forms of pop blowing up at the same time. Like, Chapel Roan's is very 80s, 90s-esque, like early 2000s, very synthy, very like heavy on the vocals. Sabrina Carpenter's is just like bread and butter. Like, she's dominating the modern pop scene. And then Olivia Rodrigo has a lot of the guitar and a lot of the more emotion-driven tracks. But they're all three of them are dominating the scene right now. Obviously, with Olivia Rodrigo's last album, Guts. Sabrina Carpenter had her album Short and Sweet, and then Chapel Roan with Rise and Fall of the Midwest Princess. But all three of them have just been doing some great things, and it's been cool to see. I think pop is in a really good place right now. And After Midnight, off of Rise and Fall of the Midwest Princess, is definitely my favorite track off of that album. So hope you guys enjoy these two tracks on Dave's Faves on 91.1 WHFC. Welcome back to Dave's Faves on 91.1 WHFC. That was After Midnight by Chapel Roan. And man, just what a catchy tune. And it's so awesome when you have an album. And this is like probably the case for most albums, but I just feel like, I just want to shed some light on Chapel Roan, but having that song, that After Midnight, such a catchy tune, like Red One Supernova, Femininomenon. Really tough word to say. And then you have songs like Casual and Coffee and Pink Pony Club on the same album. It's just really cool to have the versatility on an album. She has such a wonderful voice, and for all the songs to kind of go viral and be huge in their own way, like on the online space, on the radio and everything. It's just super cool. It's awesome to see the success of Chaperone. But we got two more songs, and then our second break of the show coming up. We got Super Sad by Suki Waterhouse off of her 2024 album, Memoirs of a Sparkle Muffin. And we have Take a Picture by Frankie Cosmos and Good Morning, another tune off of the tribute album to Margot Guryan. So yeah, those are the two tracks we got coming up. Super Sad by Suki Waterhouse, like I said, off of Memoirs of a Sparkle Muffin. Listened to that for the first time yesterday. Suki Waterhouse, wonderful artist. She has a child with Robert Pattinson, who is my favorite actor. That's a cool little connection for you. And then Frankie Cosmos, I listened to an album by them a few weeks ago because I'm a huge Clairo fan. And on Clairo's Instagram story, she posted a little anniversary post of one of their albums from 2014 that she said impacted her very heavily. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy these next two tracks, and then we'll be back after our second short break. Keep listening to Dave's Faves on 91.1 WHFC. Welcome back to Dave's Faves on 91.1 WHFC on this beautiful Tuesday morning. It finally cooled back down. Yesterday it was far too warm for my comfort. It's back in the 50s, 40s range, which is where I excel. I feel like I woke up this morning ready, and I'm actually very surprised that I made it to my show on time, because last night I think I was very restless, and I think I had like 3 or 4 different dreams where I woke up late for my show. Like I set my alarm for 8 o'clock this morning, and I woke up at like 6, 6:30, 7, 7:30 before my alarm, freaking out that I was late. And it's kind of weird. I feel like in a lot of those dreams where you feel like you're late, your dream self, the person in the dream, has no sense of urgency for their lateness. Like, I'm someone that freaks out if I'm late for anything. And I feel like whenever I have a lot of dreams where I'm late, and I feel like the person in the dream, which I guess technically is me, is never as urgent as I should be to get to my destination. So I'm very surprised and thankful that I made it to my debut, or I guess return show of Dave's Faves. We got another 2 tracks for you guys coming up here on Dave's Faves. We got Free Now by Gracie Abrams off of her 2024 album, The Secret of Us, and Think of Rain by Pearl and the Oysters off of Like Someone I Know, a celebration of Margot Guryan. That was the name of the celebration tribute album for Margot Guryan, covering songs of Take a Picture. And I was also blanking on the name of that Frankie Cosmos album. It was Zentropy, that came out in 2014 by Frankie Cosmos, that Clairo was shouting out. It had its 10-year anniversary this year, and I listened to it, and it was pretty great. But yes, we got 2 songs, Free Now by Gracie Abrams and Think of Rain by Pearl and the Oysters. I'm not super familiar with Gracie Abrams. I know that her sound is very similar to the other artists on this show, indie pop. People kind of think that she's an industry plant because she is the daughter of director J.J. Abrams. I don't know. If I was the son of, or the daughter, or the child of someone rich and famous, I would start a band or a recording, like a solo artist career as well. So I don't really blame industry plants. I don't really care. But hope you enjoy these 2 tracks by Gracie Abrams and Pearl and the Oysters here on 91.1 WHFC. Man, I love Pearl and the Oysters sound. They are just, it sounds like, it's very, like, it's space poppy, like alternative indie, but like, it just sounds like you're just floating through space. And I love that. I love very spacious, very atmospheric tunes, and Pearl and the Oysters is just that. I listened to their album Planet Pearl for the first time, their 2024 album, a few weeks ago. Coast to Coast, their album from 2023, I believe, is also fantastic. They're such an awesome group. And yeah, so we got 2 more songs coming up for you guys. We got Blue Song by Biba Doobie featuring Clairo. This was a tune that sort of came out of nowhere. So Glue Song is a track by Biba Doobie, and then she posted the one featuring Clairo just kind of out of the blue, which was awesome, very exciting. Getting a collaboration between 2 huge indie pop artists, and this is such an awesome song. I love when Clairo is featured on tracks. She really elevates them, and just like, she's my favorite artist. So whenever I can hear her outside of one of her projects, it's always a treat. So hope you guys enjoy Glue Song by Biba Doobie featuring Claro. I'm stumbling all over my words today. That was Glue Song by Biba Doobie featuring Claro. And that was Claro coming off of her Sling era, where it's much more softer vocals, but still great. But we got one more song for you guys on the return episode, edition, version of Dave's Faves here on 91.1 Whfc. It is Bags by Claro, my absolute favorite Claro song, and probably everybody's favorite Claro song off of her album Immunity. The song means so much to me, and I felt it was only right to end my first show back with my favorite song by Claro. This song rocks. You've probably heard it before. Hope you guys enjoyed this show, and I'll see you guys next Tuesday at 9 on 91.1 WHFC.